let's talk about context. Context is defined as the circumstances that form the setting for an idea, statement, or event. It's what helps us figure out what's going on. Context is the stuff around what we want. What I think is fun about the English language is that there are so many words. Most of them are slang, yeah, but there are so many words that mean something completely different when they're in different context. Like I said, most of them are slang, like dope or sick or mad, but isn't it kind of cool that if you use that same word in two different sentences, it could mean something completely different? Okay, so now I struggled for a while trying to figure out what word I wanted to do for this video. I just want to say that I was not prepared for how long this video attempt would take. But after a while, I figured one out. Catfish. Now, I understand your confusion. Why catfish? It's just a fish. But let me explain. So back in 2010, this guy named Nev Schulman met this girl online, fell in love, and then finally when he went to go meet her, he found out that she was a 40-year-old mom. Not the same person that he fell in love with. Because of this crazy thing that happened, he decided to make a movie on it. He learned that when fishermen were transporting cod that they had caught from Alaska to China, they found that it didn't taste as good because they had just been swimming, not really, they had just been in the water and not really doing anything this whole time. That's when these fishermen came up with the idea to put a catfish, or multiple catfish, into the same tank that these cod were in to keep these cod on their fins and alert. After introducing the catfish into the tank with all the other fish, they found that these fish tasted so much better. There's a character in the film who says this: there are those people who are catfish in life, and they keep you on your toes, they keep you guessing, they keep you thinking, they keep you fresh. And I thank God for the catfish because we wouldn't be droll, boring, and dull if we didn't have somebody nipping at our fin. After hearing that statement, this is where the term catfish comes from. The 40-year-old woman that he had messaged online was his catfish, and the act of catfishing was born. So after this movie was made in 2010, catfish was given a whole new definition. Actually, in 2014, so not that long ago, it was added to the Oxford English Dictionary as one of the definitions for catfish. Now, catfish started off with one definition. It was a fish with cat-like whiskers on it, and now it has two. The two definitions that it's now given are: 1, any of the numerous fishes characterized by barbels around the mouth and the absence of scales, and 2 is now a person who sets up a false personal profile on a social networking site for fraudulent or deceptive purposes. Who knows without context if you're talking about a fish or a person. Because of this one guy's experience with this word, it has a whole new meaning, and without context, nobody really knows what you're talking about. I decided to con my family into helping me with this video, so I asked my brother and my parents both the same question: what's a catfish? Okay, Andrew, do you know what a catfish is?
Catfish is tricking someone on social media.
Dad, do you know what a catfish is?
It's a freshwater scavenger.
I didn't give any context when I asked that question, so I got two different answers. Two different answers for the same word. The second definition of it being a person using social media to deceive another person is completely accepted in our world today. I know this project is about redefining a word, but I don't think that this word needs to be redefined. I don't know if any word needs to be redefined. I think that we shouldn't change previous definitions of a word. I think we should just add more definitions. Now that I say that, that sounds like it could get confusing, but that's the point of context. The context that you give a word makes that word as specific as you want it to be. That's pretty crazy.